I'm Will from Alpha Watch, and in today's video I'm going to talk about what situational awareness is and the importance of it. Situational awareness is a state of mind. It's the ability to be able to assess your environment. How many times have you walked down the street and seen people distracted on their phones or looking at the ground, not making eye contact? Situational awareness is extremely important. You should be aware of people around you as well as the environment that you're in. I've walked down the street and walked past people and they've been startled as I've gone past them with the whole, "You scared me, you appeared out of nowhere." That is bad situational awareness on their part. You should know if someone's behind you. You should know if someone's approaching from the side of you. You should be assessing your situation all the time. Now, this doesn't mean a state of paranoia. It just means good situational awareness. If you're distracted on either your phone or you've got your headphones in and you can't hear people approaching from behind you, or you can't see people approaching from the front of you, you're not knowing what's going on. You need to be able to keep your head up, look around, make eye contact with people, see what people are doing, read the environment. By reading the environment, what I mean is if you see a group up ahead that you think are a little bit iffy, you're not sure of their intentions, it's quite simple to clock that straight away and cross to the other side of the pavement, therefore avoiding any potential trouble. So let's talk about situational awareness when you go to a cafe or a restaurant or a bar. When you enter that place, a few things that you should be spotting is where your entrances are, your exits are, where your fire points are, and as well the people in that place. So for example, if you think that when you arrive there's a group being over flamboyant and a little bit boisterous, then you may find it easier just to relocate and choose another area. If however you choose to stay there, then that target group should still be in the forefront of your mind. Knowing where they are, if they're coming down, if they're escalating, and then again you play it by ear. Seating consideration for when you're going out is also vitally important, be it if you're in a cafe, a bar or a restaurant again. If you're sat in the middle, you don't know who's behind you, who's beside you, and if your back's to the door you don't know who's coming in or going out. By choosing a corner seat, you're able to survey the surrounding area. You're able to see who's coming in and out. You're able to see the groups that you want to keep an eye on, or the individuals you want to keep an eye on. Because as soon as you walk into a venue, you're already scouting for potentials. So security personnel, military personnel and police enforcers are really good at being able to assess people and their body language. You should be able to too. By what I mean is, if someone walks into a nightclub or a venue and they're scouting the CCTV, they're looking around at staff, they're scouring around looking for someone, you can genuinely carry on watching that person and know that they're going to get into something. If however someone comes in, they're very blasé, don't really pay much attention to the other people, rule of thumb is normally you can ignore them, focus your attention elsewhere. Same can be said for if you're walking down the street. If the person approaching you, you feel is giving off a certain demeanour, you think that they're particularly angry, their body language is showing you they're aggressive, you can either limit yourself from the situation by crossing the road, doubling back on yourself, or if you have to continue on that path, good self-defense principles. Bringing a hand up to scratch your head, for example, as you go past. So if you feel they're going to throw a punch, you're easy there to block and return. Okay, very easy stuff. But that's more self-defense, and we'll go into that in other videos. But situational awareness, as I say, isn't just about looking around the environment, it is also about being able to assess people. So with situational awareness in tune, you're able to read people's intentions, you're able to read people's body languages. Let's say, for example, you pick up a tail and you think someone's following you. An easy way to do is to pretend to cross the road, for example. This way you have to look left and right. It gives you a good opportunity to be able to look behind you to see if you can ID the person that you think is following you. If you cross the road and they're still behind you, again you can use shop windows, car reflections, and use the reflections in there to see if you can ID them again. Another example as well, you could pick up your phone and pretend to be on the phone and give the person on the other end an idea of where you are. So you can start looking around, giving them shop place names and stuff. Good way to throw them off the scent. And if you drop in there as well the fact that, oh, I'm just around the corner, I'm only going to be a few minutes, they know you're meeting up with someone, and it's going to be a short time and they're expecting you. It's a good way to throw them off the scent as well. So to summarise, situational awareness is to make yourself aware of the environment and the people, especially to be able to read people's body language and their intentions. You can avoid so much trouble by just being aware. You can read people's body language and decide that you don't want to go to that pub, or you'd rather cross the road. All of this is vital information. You just have to pay attention. Put your phone down, take your earphones out, start looking around a bit more. So situational awareness is the ability to be able to read people, as well as reading the environment. It's crucial skills that you can implement straight away. When you next go down to the shops, or you next go into town, start watching people a little bit more. Start looking at your environment. Start looking at the routes and exit strategy. See if you can pick up on people's body language. You'll be amazed at what you can actually see.